I have just gotten back from Deadpool 2, the sequel to 2016's widely acclaimed successful R-rated spin-off of the X-Men franchise, and I absolutely loved it since the first film definitely managed to break quite a bit of ground as a sort of hard R, tongue-in-cheek spoof of its own franchise, as well as a superhero genre as a whole, as well as a really good film of its own merits. I was wondering what they're going to do in order to top that this time around, and I can definitely say that that the cast, both returning and new, as well as director David Leitch, have definitely upped the ante and delivered a rare film which manages to strike twice the same place of lightning, and not just in the case of New Mutants such as an Exxon Expo Yasuo, and I'm definitely okay with this. I'm always a one. So, the film definitely right from the opening, let you know what you're in for. I'm not going to spoil exactly what happens, but it's so over the top and tongue in cheek that it definitely let you know what you're in for the next couple hours. Where Deadpool radio gains from Hong Kong to Biloxi of all places, and also even doing every tiny thing they've done in the first film, they end up doing bigger and snazzier, given how the film ended up getting roughly double the budget of the first, around $110 million, and definitely shows, I mean, the whole, whole prison escape from this place called the Icebox, as well as this chase trying to rescue a young man named Russell, home from Cable, played Josh Brolin on the streets of New York, is fantastic. I mean, it's like, and also the finales definitely managed to make you feel many emotions. Some what you expect, others you might not. Let me tell you, even if you're not familiar with Anna, you'll definitely never hear that song the same way again after this one, since it's definitely worthy of following in the first, and managed to hit you in places you didn't know you could be hit. Some you'd expect, others you might not. I mean, and oh yes, even the elephant in the room regarding Weasel and his actor, Mister, and what he did off camera. That's long story short, he's not going to be hitting one of the people coming back for X-Force, or any other things that proposed third film. But if this is the potential future of the X-Men series, as well as potentially Disney wanting to make a separate label for R-rated Marvel films, depending on how the merger with Fox goes, I'm all for it. I mean, in sense, definitely if you want something that's more family oriented, this probably isn't it. I mean, probably go see Infinity War again, because on the first movie there was only one younger person in the audience wanted to go see it. This time around, they couldn't even get in the door, and which part of it in the Infinity War, but it definitely does offer its own take on family, albeit twisted as it is. I mean, which kind of makes sense given what the characters have gone through, and there are plenty of cameos from other members that were previously featured in the series. I'm not going to spoil which, just go see the movie and you'll know why, since. And even though Ryan did get a little bit hot water for piggybacking on another franchise's tag, I think it was fitting because I want anyone seeing this to go through the emotions I did, since it's very well with its weight in adamantium bullets, given how the movie is already shattering records set by the senior, and definitely helping that given how the first film as well as Logan, and helping help a new form for the X-Men franchise over all these years, and managed to be dramatic, action-packed, and in many ways actually kind of hilarious, and like the first film, it actually made me laugh so hard I couldn't actually breathe. I had to go step out in the men's room to get some air, and there was no targets off limits for the series, and if you think they'll go there, they will, and then they'll keep going and bring you back like a t-shirt, maybe not one says trainee on the back, but definitely they'll get you something. And as per usual, music is really good. Brian Tyler's score is nice, and there's a lot of good use of pop music like Pat Benatar, or Dolly Parton, and even a really nice acoustic cover of a-ha's Take On Me in a pivotal moment. Again, I will not say which one, but you'll know when you see it. Just trust me on this one. And since it's definitely managed to really redeem the character after origins, and I did want to do the analysis of the other X-Men films, I still do, and I can definitely make it work in the future if New Mutants and Dark Phoenix coming in reshoots for next year. But I still got plenty to look forward to nonetheless for the rest of the year, so my verdict on this film is a gut-punching 4 stars out of 4, and now comes usual trailer talk. I mean, I try to keep things in rough order of release, but I'm definitely not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to see what stood out at me and what didn't. I mean, I'm going to lead off on one that didn't really leave much impression on me, Hotel Artemis. I mean, that's one I can probably just wait for the DVD of it to come on TV or something like that, since even though it's got a lot of good people in it, I mean, the whole Hotel for Criminals thing doesn't really stand out on me too much. I mean, just compared to what's next, and the first Purge, a prequel to the often polarizing but still successful Purge films, where a horror franchise from Universal Blumhouse, as well as Michael Bay's Platinum Dunes, where crime up to including murder is legal for one night every year. And regardless of what you think about the concept, I can't deny it. It's definitely I've actually managed to like the first 3 in all their own ways, and most likely I'll probably enjoy this one as well. And even though I'm probably giving priority towards Ant-Man the Wasp for July weekend, it definitely looks like it should be on DVD for too long, like maybe on Halloween. And since my favorite one's probably the second one, but I admit the first and third definitely have their moments, and Jason Blum has a good business model of being able to make ones a horror genre on a minimal budget and make effective use of that budget, since if the Dark Universe is still around, I think they should probably just adopt that model like I just suggested, where do less, not just more sometimes. And on that note, a couple ones for July 27th. I might be going out of town again, seeing him in California maybe, but I had nothing set in stone yet. But Mission Impossible Road Nation, maybe Mission Impossible Fallout, but as that suggests, it's going to have the same director as Road Nation, which is excellent. Also, first things that haven't seen, because each previous installment has some director its own way of doing things. I enjoyed off my pre-filming capacity, and even though I can understand and how people feel about Tom Cruise's often off-color sentiments off-cam, I can definitely understand when it keeps getting work. I mean, and even with Henry Cavill's mustache and beard, that I'm looking forward to see what role he plays in the movie, don't get me wrong, but why it was easier to make Warner Brothers spend millions on reshoot and CGI than to just have him shave and wear a fake mustache beyond me, and as a lampshade in one of the trailers, his metal arms are trying to move a mustache. And on that note, Teen Titans Go to the movies. It's definitely not my concern overall that even with all the heat TV shows gets, I can definitely understand why they're kind of making a sense, and if it makes money and it leads to other Cartoon Network movies, then so be it. But if it flops, then nothing will have changed. I mean, over the years, since I'm not sure how serious this feud is between them and Deadpool or whatever, but I did look up the information. They suggested it checks out. I mean, depending on how much time I have to do for research, I usually just look at Wikipedia or cross-reference another wiki like DC or Marvel for that regard, since like with Lego Ninjago, I'm most likely just gonna wait for the DVD to come on Cartoon Network, something like that. But again, it's definitely gonna be interesting how this works as a theatrical film as opposed to like a TV movie, like a miniseries done before. But it's definitely going to be an interesting experience nonetheless. And last, and personally for me least, Crazy Rich Asians. Again, if you're interested in this, more power to you, but it just doesn't seem like my particular cup of tea. I am for representation, but this is just not really doing much for me. I mean, it just gives off the whole vibe of the cast wanting to go on vacation doing it, so would be no different from what Adam Sandler has been doing for a while now. Personally, and still, I'm definitely looking forward to X-Force, and that could definitely serve as a third or fourth or whatever film I want to do, and definitely I'm gonna be seeing Solo, her when I'm out of town. You just have to wait and see where, and I am gonna be wearing my Han Chopper shirt and got some fresh my wardrobe. These are new jeans you've seen on my legs, and some new cargo shorts I have to definitely model as well. So I definitely, if you have seen the movie, great, hate, and if you have not seen it yet, feel free to do so. Let me know what you think about it later.